Coming up this month on Roanoke County Today, we attend a ribbon cutting for a new development in the county, as well as get safety tips for holiday cooking. This and more coming up.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here today at the beautiful Towns of Hidden Valley. It's a beautiful development, and with us here today are Vic Foti, developer, and project manager Mike Littleton. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So tell me, Vic, this is just a beautiful area. We're here in scenic part of southwest Roanoke County. What made you decide to start this development here?
Well, really, Mike came across the land in 2007, and he was interested in doing a project here. And you know, when you get to real estate, it's location, location, location.
Right.
And you know, we are 7/10 of a mile from Little Scale, the Country Club, Hidden Valley High School, new schools. Just convenience is everything.
Right, and we're off of Keggy Road, right off
yeah.
of 419, so it is very central to everything. Right. How many homes are in this development so far? I know you have some under construction.
There's phase one, which was 32 homes. 30 of them are built, and the last 2 will be started in the next couple of weeks. There's 28 residents in here at the present time.
Good.
So, and then we're going into phase 2, which will be 54 units.
Wow. Sure. Now, Mike, tell us a little bit about the features inside the homes.
Features are grand, in my opinion. You walk through the front door, high ceilings, 10-foot ceilings, large Anderson windows. So when you walk through the front door, very light, bright, a lot of volume. Finished off with beautiful hardwood floors. We do all hardwood floors, ceramic tile in bathrooms and kitchens and laundry rooms, and carpet in the bedrooms. We've got 2 models to choose from, Newport and a Yarmouth. Newport, probably our most exciting model right now. We're going to be building that a lot in phase 2. It has rear patios that will take advantage of the wooded areas that surround the property. Rear patios out, a newly created dining room in this plan, and then the Yarmouth is the 3-bedroom plan that we still will continue to build in phase 2. A lot of the, beautiful finishes on the inside, and I think people would be very happy to see what we've done out here.
Sure. I know. I would love to have one myself. They're beautiful. I've been on the tour. They're
We can
gorgeous.
build one for you.
Sure. And talk to me about the customization, because you do have that ability to tailor it to the needs of the homeowners.
We do. We don't want to make a lot of structural changes, because the continuity of the exteriors, I think, is important. But we will make accommodations for custom designed kitchens, making bathroom alterations. We can move certain walls within the home to create a new space, to get rid of a space that might not be necessary. So we will work with anybody's plans to make changes, just not large structural changes.
And how about some of the other amenities? I know you have one location with a pool and other features. What are those?
Yeah, the clubhouse. Everybody here, owns the clubhouse. It's there for their use. Beautifully designed. There's a card playing area, a kitchen, a family room, TV, fitness facility, beautiful swimming pool and patio. And as the community grows, you will see a lot of clubs coming together, social clubs. We already have a men's club that comes in and watches football games together.
Oh, great.
We have a group of ladies that come here and play bridge on a regular basis. Just a nice lifestyle.
Nice central location.
Community. Yep.
Sure. Okay. That's wonderful. Now, tell me about some of the benefits for people who do choose to come and live at the towns.
Well, I think the development has sidewalks. We'll have sidewalks all the way through it, so that people can walk and get a little exercise that way. We're probably, as far as I know, the only community in the county that has that. The the clubhouse residents can use it for parties if they want, and for a private party. And they can reserve it and use it for that. Let's see.
Location, Southwest County location.
Location's important. And what's the lifestyle here? Easy living? Maintenance free?
Easy living would be a very good way to describe it.
Sure.
We take care of all of the grounds, grass cutting, tree pruning, leaf removal, snow removal, including sidewalks. Everything is cared for. As you walk through the property, you'll see that our landscapers do a great job of keeping the project tidy, and no more worries. You know, get rid of your mowers, get rid of your rakes.
Sure.
You know, we'll take care of all that for you.
And it is an HOA.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, the homes are completely wheelchair accessible. People can drive in
That's
their
a great
garage,
feature.
and if they're in a wheelchair, and they can go from the garage all the way through to the bedroom in a wheelchair. So that's a feature of easy living, and that's one of the things that the state recognizes as far as giving people tax credits
Sure.
for that. So.
Sure. It's very convenient.
Yeah.
Also included in our HOA is central station monitoring. So for those that want to retire and travel, not only do they get the close proximity of good neighbors keeping an eye on things for them, they also have central station monitoring, so they can, you know, leave their home rest assured that not only being looked after electronically, but also being looked after by close neighbors.
Right. Great. This
We
is
have
Oh, go ahead.
We have monitoring that covers the entrance to it, so we can, anyone that drives in here, they're on their computer.
So there's good security here.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. This is a beautiful location, and I'm so glad that we were able to be here with you all today.
Thank you.
It was a ribbon cutting day, opening, and we're so glad this is here in Southwest County. And anybody who would like to come and check out the towns in Hidden Valley, please do so. We're off of Kagi Village, and we'll be right back.
I'm Gray Craig, and today I have with me Beverly Orange. Beverly is the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Roanoke County 911 Emergency Communications Center, and Beverly leads the education outreach for Roanoke County Schools as well for 911 education.
Yeah.
And I see you have a friend.
Yes.
Can you introduce us?
Yeah, this is Farrah Fox. Farrah came to us to help us educate the kids of Roanoke County, and she made her first debut last year during Back Creek Elementary School. She come there to help educate the kids, and she has been with us almost a year now.
Great. Now I understand there was a contest to name Farrah.
Yes, there was. We actually sent out last year, all the first graders in Roanoke County got to name her. We picked out 3 different names that we'd like for the fox, and then we let all the kids vote, and they picked Farrah.
Great. Now, what types of things does Farrah bring to the elementary schools and yourself when you go out?
Yeah, well, we bring games to help educate with. We bring coloring books and activity books to help the kids see firsthand and what we can do and what we can teach them and what 911's all about. We like to educate to help them understand that, you know, we're friendly, just like Farrah here is very friendly to everyone. So we like to educate and tell that calling 911's not really that scary. It can be a scary situation that you're in, but we're here to help.
Right. Now I understand you have a pretty full schedule this year?
Yes, we actually have visited several schools, and tomorrow we're going to be out at a church actually doing an event there. But we do mostly the schools, and we're trying to get into every county school this year.
Great.
So we also do private schools and home schools if they'd like us to come out to help educate the kids. And we also do older people too. It's not just for the children, but we brought Farrah on to help educate the children.
Right. Now I understand you do a lot of community groups as well.
Yes, we're actually meeting with the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts this month. And we will meet with the church group, and we meet with the elderly people to help them understand when and when not to call 911.
Great. Are you also available for civic leagues or other presentations?
Yes. Yeah, we have presentations tailored to just about anybody, and if they don't, we can make one tailored to help them of what education they need.
Great. So Beverly, if someone wanted to schedule Farrah and yourself to come out to their community group, where would they find more information and who would they contact?
Well, they would find more information on our website at www.roanokecountva.gov/ECC, or they could contact us directly at the center. It's 540-562-3265, and that's our non-emergency number for Roanoke County, so they can just ask for Dispatcher Orange when they call.
Great. Well, Farrah, I see you've had a pretty busy year, and I know that you have a pretty busy schedule this year, and we will try not to keep you any longer.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Roanoke County Today.
Welcome back to the show. Today with me I have Billy Driver, who's the Director of Real Estate Valuation. And Billy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Amy. Pleasure to be here today.
Sure. We have some changes that are going to be occurring soon for the assessments, so we want to update our viewers on. And I know that the General Assembly has recently made some changes that will affect those assessments. So tell me what those changes are.
Yeah, it started back in the 2014 General Assembly session that the General Assembly amended or actually adopted House Bill 525, which amended the code of 58.13330 Code of Virginia, and how we, or the information that we send out in our real estate notices. So two things that our citizens will see that will be different is the first is that previously we've just had the current and a prior year, but on this new notice we will have 2 prior years of assessment information that will be there. And the second thing is we will also this time be required through the new legislation to have the tax rate, the tax levy, and the percentage of change on the notices themselves. So there's a lot more information that will be forthcoming on the individual assessment notice.
Okay. And talk about the tax rate, the current tax rate, and when that will be set.
The tax rate is usually adopted by the Board of Supervisors in March or April of 2015. Because of the new legislation and the way that, or the timing that we send out our notices, which is in January, it comes before the Board of Supervisors have time to adopt the tax rate. But the new legislation requires that our citizens will see in the 2015 proposed assessment, they'll see a tax rate there. That will not be set until March. Excuse me again, it will not be set until April or March, and that on our new redesigned notice, it will have a bold lettering that Board of Supervisors will advertise in the Roanoke Times as to the date and times that the public may appear to talk about the tax rate. Now that will also be the same within the town of Vinton, except for the town of Vinton, they advertise their dates to appear to talk about the tax rate and the budget in the Vinton Messenger. So that's where the town of Vinton property owners will see that information.
Okay, so clearly in January is when people will receive their notices.
Yeah,
right.
and yes, and every year we have we send them out around the 1st of January, and in previous years we've had like a pressure sealed tear off notice. This year it'll be a little bit different. It'll come in an envelope. It'll have a letter with the real estate information, and most of the information that used to be in the old will be on this one, dates and times that you can appear before the our informal appeals. It'll have information about who to contact for tax relief for the elderly and disabled homeowners, and information on our Board of Equalization.
Okay. And also you're going to be putting some information on the website, is that correct?
Yes, we will, Amy.
Okay.
And so for those who would like to see a little bit more information on the new notice, they can go to www.roanokecountyva.gov and click on real estate. And then over on the left-hand side, we have online documents and information, and we'll have an explanation of and show everyone, what the new form will look like. And that even if they don't really understand that, they can call our office at 772-2035 extension 0, and we'll be glad to explain any of the information that they don't understand.
Okay, wonderful. This is really important information. Keep our citizens informed on how some of these changes will take effect, but it's good that you have that information on the website so people can refer to it there.
Well, thanks, and appreciate you giving me the time to explain a little bit about the changes.
Sure. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It's hard to believe the holidays are right around the corner, and that means Roanoke County is holding its annual Christmas tree lighting and event. And here to tell us more about it is Wendy Schultz, who is the Tourism and Events Coordinator for Roanoke County. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Sure. You're certainly no stranger to the show. You're with us quite often with a lot of different events going on in the county. And tell us about the one coming up.
I would love to. The annual Roanoke County Christmas tree lighting is going to take place at Green Ridge Recreation Center on Monday evening, December 8th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we have really fabulous events. What we're doing this year, our theme is going to be a worldwide Christmas.
Oh, fun.
It's going to be lots of fun, and we may even learn something from this event, which is even better. What we're trying to do is there's just, I guess Christmas time is such a wonderful season, and the season to remember what it's all about, about peace and getting along with your neighbors. And we thought this was a really good time to bring all of that together. And so we're going to actually be highlighting activities as well as crafts from around the world. So it's going to be an international Christmas. We figure through understanding comes respect and comes peace, and also a celebration of the season, the Christmas season.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So it'll be a good educational opportunity for people as well.
As well as lots of fun. We're going to light the tree. We're going to have marshmallow roasting. We're still going to have Santa. Of course, Santa wouldn't be Christmas without Santa.
That's right.
But, one of the things we found out when we were researching is, Australia, it's summer there. What do they do at Christmas? Obviously, they don't have snow. So, there's all kinds of things that you can tie in, and of course, refreshments, again, visits with Santa. We're going to have music, all kinds of international things going on. It's going to be a really fun evening.
And what are the countries that people might see while they're there?
Well, right now we're thinking about, and these are not set in stone as they say so far, but Germany. We found some really interesting things in Australia and Greece and China, to name a few, as well as, of course, the United States. So those are a few that we've started researching and found some really fun things to do.
Good. So a lot of fun events for the young and the older people,
Absolutely.
too.
Young at heart. That's all you need to be, is young at heart.
Good. How long has Roanoke County been doing this event?
Since the 80s.
Okay.
Since the early 80s.
A long time.
Yeah, a long time.
So people really look forward to this event every year.
They do. And it's a free event, open to the public. Love folks to come out. We also have the Ask participants, the Ask students, will be singing carols right before the tree lighting. And we're also inviting some of the, our county officials to come out and address the community as well.
Okay. It sounds like it's going to be a great event. I'm sure everyone will be there. There have been hundreds of people who come every year.
Oh, every year.
Correct?
It just gets bigger and bigger, and it has the old-timey Christmas feel to it,
Sure.
And I think involving the old-timey traditions from other places will tie it all together for us.
Great. And where can people find more information about
Certainly.
this?
They can always go to our website, www.roanokecountyparks.com, or they can also give us a call here in the office at 387-6078.
Okay, very good. So we hope everybody comes out to Green Ridge on December 8th.
Monday night, December 8th from 6 p.m. to 8.
Great. Wendy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Roanoke County Today. We're here at Roanoke County's Fire Station number 1, and we're in the kitchen because the kitchen is the heart of any firehouse, and that's probably true at your house too, where the kitchen is the heart of the home. And that's especially true in November as we turn our thoughts towards Thanksgiving. It's a holiday that is centered around cooking and the turkey, and so the kitchen becomes a center, a beehive of activity, and there's all kinds of safety reminders that we need to keep in mind as we approach the Thanksgiving holidays when it has to do with cooking. We've told you before that cooking is the #1 cause of house fires in America, and so it should come as no surprise that the highest day for fires related to cooking equipment is Thanksgiving Day. It's a holiday centered around cooking. So we want to be very mindful of some very basic safety tips. One of those is if you have something on the stove top that you're cooking, you really need to stay with it. Unattended cooking fires are a leading cause of those kitchen fires. Also, if we're cooking the turkey, even if it's in the oven, maybe you don't need to stay in the kitchen, but you certainly need to stay at home, and someone needs to check on the turkey frequently. Also, the kids get very excited about Thanksgiving Day. They want to be involved in the preparations, and likely they're going to want to be in the kitchen where all of that activity is located. So we want to remind you that you really need to keep a 3-foot safe zone from in front of the stove, anything that gets hot, but especially the stove. That's a kid-free zone. Also, we want to keep the floor free from clutter, toys, pocketbooks. As guests come in, things may get dropped, and we just don't want to have any trip hazards. Another good safety tip is to be mindful of the knives that might be laying around, or cords from things like electric knives that might be used to carve the turkey. Those can be easily grabbed by young children, and those can become a safety hazard as well. Also, matches and lighters that might be used to light the stove or light candles. Matches and lighters should always be kept up high in a locked cabinet and away from kids. Those are tools for grown-ups. They are not toys. And when we get around the holidays too, we quite often like to light a candle. And cannot leave small children in the room where a lit candle is as well. Another popular option at Thanksgiving is frying the turkey, deep frying the turkey in a deep fat fryer that should be used outdoors. We never want to use a deep fat turkey fryer, especially one that is fired by propane inside. It needs to be used outside, away from the house. And those turkey fryers can be especially dangerous because they contain about 5 gallons of cooking oil. That cooking oil is considered a combustible liquid, and so the vapors from that cooking oil can catch on fire. So we've got to be careful of things like making sure that the turkey is completely thawed before we put it down in the hot oil, and that we don't have any splashovers, that we know exactly how much oil we have in that pot before we put the turkey in so that it doesn't come over the sides and also cause a fire. Turkey frying can be very dangerous. There are a lot of stores now that actually offer turkey frying as an option, that you can come and just purchase your turkey already fried so that you don't have to do it at home. We really encourage that. Like I said, it can be a very dangerous proposition. If you'd like any more information about any kind of fire safety tip, especially around Thanksgiving or other holidays, or as we approach the winter season, we encourage you to visit our website at www.roanokecountyva.gov/fire rescue.
Welcome back to the show. We're out here at beautiful Green Hill Park, and this is the time of year when people are out hunting. So today, special guest on our show is Conservation Officer Michael Morris with Game and Inland Fisheries. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. So this is hunting season. People are out more often this time of year, and there are a lot of restrictions and some safety factors that we want to make sure that our citizens know about. So let's start about Sunday restrictions that are in place.
Okay, new this year is Sunday hunting. It's now allowed in the Commonwealth. Some restrictions to it: everybody that is out hunting has to have landowner permission. They're also required to have that in writing. It's very important that they have that in writing because it is on private land. They're allowed to hunt, but it has to be in writing from the landowner. Some restrictions to that: they are not allowed to hunt within 200 yards of a house of worship, and it has to be on private land. Once again, it can't be on any public land.
Okay. Now, if you said people have to put that in writing, is there any particular way that they need to do that or send that information in?
It's just a simple permission card.
Okay.
How a landowner would normally issue a permission card, it just has to include Sunday on the permission card now.
Okay. Okay, good. And talk to me too about extended urban archery season restrictions.
Okay.
What's that about?
A lot of people aren't aware. Roanoke County actually participates in the urban archery program. It's to help thin the deer herd out and give a longer hunting season for the archery hunters. It is restricted to antlerless deer only, and you have to be elevated at least 10 feet in the air, so from a tree stand, from an elevated position. They're required to check the deer in as normal, and they also cannot be within 100 yards of an occupied dwelling or building that is not their own. So it's a great program. It runs to the end of March. So you're actually allowed to hunt from the beginning of September all the way to the end of March in the urban archery program for Roanoke County.
Okay, and that's new?
It was new last year.
Last year.
So it's still catching on. There's a lot of people that aren't aware of it.
Right, so I'm sure it will become popular.
Hopefully.
Sure. Also, earn a buck regulation. I've talked to you about that, and tell us about that program, what's involved.
The Earn a Buck is a program in order to thin the population of deer as well. Roanoke County is overpopulated with deer, so this regulation requires that after you kill your first buck or antlered male, then you have to kill an antlerless deer before you're allowed to take your second antlered deer. So the goal of the program is to limit or help lower the deer population for Roanoke County.
Okay, there are a lot of deer around here.
Yes.
Sure. Also, there is a blaze orange requirement that's in place, and it's for muzzle loading season. First, tell me what muzzle loading is.
Basically black powder rifles, primitive style weapons. It's new this year. Blaze orange has always been a requirement for rifle season and general firearms season, but it's new this year for muzzleloading season. The hunter's required, and anybody that's with the hunter is required to be displaying blaze orange 360 degrees, generally a ball cap or some type of upper body clothing. They're required to display it when they're moving. So once they get to a stand or get to a stationary blind, they can take it off according to the regulation, but anytime they're moving through the woods, they're required to display the blaze orange. Of course, we would recommend always wearing blaze orange on the woods.
Sure. Okay, great. Now, if people wanted to find out more information about any regulations or some of the programs you've talked about, is there a phone number or a website people can go to?
There's a couple things. Our website has a lot of information on it. It's www.huntfishva.com. And that has a lot of phone numbers on there for regional offices as well as contact information for us.
Okay.
The most important thing is if people see wildlife crimes being committed, that they call 1-800-237-5712, and that's our wildlife crime line. It can be completely anonymous if they want. They can leave a name and contact information as well. If they see a violation, just try and get as much information as possible to relay it back to us, and we can come out and try and make a charge or find out what's going on.
Okay, good. Very good information. Well, we certainly appreciate you joining us today.